Would be surprised to see them win it either. It's 3 players over towards that B side of the map.
Yeah, big shots coming through from Vici as they dive through the smoke. That's soaking to open the account. Glaive down. Not a bad start for Vici, and in fact might even be the first blood that they've drawn.
Vici Gaming, and as soon as they see someone, they will try to trade those kills out, but Jamyoung doesn't even need to do that.
Dropping there as well. Advent does somehow kill Kaze. Vex and Magisk, the last one's alive. And
probably just looking for an exit. He's going to grab it. That's $600 in the bank. He upgrades to the AKs, picks up the smoke as well.
And now another cutout set up for them. So Vici going to have to be aware of that as they push their way forward. Soaking jumps around the corner. That's not what you can do at all. And Glaive will get them both. Advent, though, able to trade back, still falls to the Molotov. Kaze just not able to get the better of Magisk either. He's so sharp. Astralis are going to go up 4-1 here. Uh-oh.
There you go. And, you know.
The app somehow, can he get across here? At least take this 1v1 duel. Yes, he can. Great timing.
Yeah, will he be watching the right angle at the right time? He seems to be moving between the chicken pit. Oh, there we go. Just crosses at the wrong time. Oh, look at this push down middle, though, from Dupree, getting straight in the face of Vici once again.
He's made it work as well. The device has. Either way, a 1-for-1. I don't know that Astralis is going to be too disappointed by that. Although traditionally you would say a 1-for-1 does favor the T side a little bit. This is Astralis we're talking about, and they have a double AWP in their hands, so Glaive will get another.
But can they take advantage of it?
Nope. Device is going to fall back and play the next angle. Doesn't connect that shot, but still has the backup here of Magisk. And okay, look, Magisk goes down to Jamyoung. Your guy, he's hitting some shots, Billy, but he's got a 1v3 against Astralis, and well, that's a good one. It specs through the smoke. Too good. I mean, there's only one place that he could have gone. Well, what did we really expect? Magisk has indeed spotted Soaking. We'll just hold his fire for a moment, but gets a lot of information. Kaze cowering away on the T-stairs. Actually, we'll get a fairly decent amount of damage through there, but not able to pick up the kill. And now it's all onto Orman, who with P250 is actually going to finish off both Dupree and Magisk.
You do have Jamyoung pushing through. Apps might have found himself in the crucial position to backstab these CTs on the A bomb site. If he chooses his timing correctly, he could be just win the round here for Vici.
Has he? I don't think he has.
Unfortunate. There you go, getting a bit too ahead of himself, trying to make his way down the hay cart, and loses that advantage. Glaive on the off angle now might be able to find a kill on one of these Ts.
Oh, I thought he was going to hold his shot there, but actually elects to take the shot and then gets flashed off the corner. Now it starts to get a bit difficult. This one goes through the box, and all of a sudden Glaive is dead. It's a 1v2 though for Orman. He's got himself an M4, but my God, this is not going to be an easy round to win for him.
Yeah, Astralis has a bunch of utility. That's just one of the Molotovs being thrown in there. For Vici, they're going to have to be running through a smoke here.
Well, they're going to have to do their best. Flashes are going to come across. Soaking on the entry. Can't get Glaive, and Zipex will peek. Gets a second as well. Way too easy from Astralis. Just great fundamentals on the bomb site there. And Vici have no idea where to look, mentality-wise. You probably go into this game thinking, okay, we're probably going to get wrecked. So let's not get too caught up on the details. Magisk, the SG, has posted himself on the line. Does not quite actually hold on to that third spray. So Advent's able to trade him out. Now Orman collects another one as well, but Device is in such a good spot through the wall though. He gets the shot and now a collateral. There goes Advent. Orman is the last alive, but not for very long at all. Device, but for Vici.
Going to try and go through dig side and smoke off the site, but the smoke blowing down on carpets.
Oh, it's a big crossfire that they're going to have to deal with. Glaive sets himself and doesn't quite get two. But Dupree is there looking for the trade, and he won't get much either. Still one more to deal with, though, for Vici. Magisk, and he has been a standout today for Astralis. Might just well get this done himself. Orman picks the bomb up, but Magisk spots him.
Regardless, Vici just going to hold onto that and now make their way back towards the A side of the map, try to take control of Bracket. But Glaive in position, just pushes forward, doesn't actually find anything. It's the 1-for-1 with the Molotov. That's going to be bracket control for Vici, but with 45 seconds on the clock, they need to turn this into something.
Just look at how much utility there's still available here for Astralis. I wonder whether that's going to get used or not. Dupree spams through the smoke. Advent charges forward. The flash is good. Dupree does inevitably fall. It took a while for Vici, but they got the job done. Now they have to deal with Zipex, and they'll do that quite adequately as well. Big question, though, now for Vici. Where do they go? And they go toward the A bomb site. That's where Magisk is, hiding in the corner with an SG. Advent through the smoke. He gets deleted, but probably not quickly enough by Magisk. And the trade comes across, so now winnable for Vici. Device, though, in a 1v2. Both these players relatively low for Vici. And he's caught Kaze for free. Now it's on to Jamyoung, who hasn't made any noise just yet. Device is going to chuck the HE nade in towards Diggity. Not going to spot anything out there, but Jam Young gives away his position, and now Device. This surely is his round to lose. The Deagle comes out, and Jam Young goes down. So Orman has a HE, Advent has a HE, and Astralis is going A. So this probably couldn't have worked out any worse, actually, for Vici. Absolutely not. And so it's going to really rely on Zoking and Jam Young to hit some good shots here. Need to get 1 or 2 kills, and they do. Jam Young and Zoking combining 1 apiece, and now Magisk stuck in a bit of a crossfire. Once those rotators come across, these HE nades are going to come into full effect, I'm sure. Oh, maybe they're not even required. Orman hits a headshot with the USP as well, and then down to 1 here for Astralis. This is the most convincing round so far that Vici have played. Will they be able to finish things off? We've seen clutches with a pistol before. Maybe it's time for Magisk to build a highlight reel here as well. Jam Young not interested.
Nice, he just pushes straight up and gets one straight through the smoke. It's actually Glaive covering him, another one. That's just worst case scenario for Vici. Losing 2 players trying to take Banana and not even taking any damage away.
Now it's time for Zoking to step up. He's the last line of defense. He's got to be Batman here. Astralis, though, I'm not sure they're going to fall too easily, and they won't. Astralis versus Vici. That's the pretty good analogy. Has Kaze been hard carry form lately, though? I don't think so.
No.
Well, Glaive, this will be, I was going to say too easy for him, but in fact, actually, Advent gets 2. 1 with the nade, and then just pistols Glaive in the face. So that's actually worked out pretty well for Vici. Orman hanging around here as well. Can he get much more done? Not really. Just dives into that smoke and ends up getting cleaned up by Dupree. Now it's on to Kaze to try and do his best happy impression. There's 1. But he doesn't have happy feet. Has to go back through the smoke.
Look, his face says it all. Fake enthusiasm at this point.
Well, Dupree's seen Kaze as well. So he's on a bit of a mission now. Slowly but surely. A matter of time, really, before Kaze goes down, and now just Jam Young, the new player, to the roster, and try and clutch out the 1v2 to avoid the flashbang, but a good trade from Astralis.
Is Advent and Orman have, never mind, he just got naded from the half wall over to Coffins. I mean, the counter flash and then the Molotov, and maybe Zoking could dive through the smoke and get 1 or 2. That could happen.
Well, we're going to have to find out. Actually does go straight through the smoke, and he very nearly did get 2. Not able to control the spray enough onto the first player, and all things considered, a 2 for 2 there for Astralis is great. Excellent on the entry. And now it's on to Kaze.
No kit.
16 HP. Jam Young with the M4 still on the rotate over, and even look at Dupree wrapping around on the A side.
Yeah, but he's actually the one with utilities, so there's nothing to stop Vici from moving forward, grabbing the Molotov, grabbing the kit, and actually trying to go for this. Never mind.
How about that?
How about that? Yeah, Jam Young looking about as confused as you'd expect. Yeah, that pretty much says it all. That's the end of the game. Astralis in some new bashing form to open their game here.
Going up against USPs here, by the way. But Zoking doesn't last too long. I was wondering to see whether or not he was going to get much done. The answer is no. That's a good shot, though, from Jam Young. Does equalize the numbers advantage back to 4v4. But Astralis with a lot of map control now. Kaze from Megaton is going to be quite impactful. That said, Jam Young is the one that's doing the damage at the moment, and I think Astralis might actually end up going back to the A bomb site here as you see the players diving up the ladder. Zipex turns around, flicks around, in fact, and Advent just gets cleaned on up.
That's Astralis just being 1 step ahead, punishing the rotates on outside. Zipex just gets that frag on the player from the T-red position, then goes through Annex to upper and wins the round. Oh, hold on.
Kaze's sharp. USP in hand now, 6 bullets, needs to reload.
Kid on Jam Young, smoke on Kaze.
But they don't know where that second player is. They've obviously seen one of them on the site. That was Dupree, but where is Glaive? Now the smoke comes down. He does have a P250 here, but it doesn't matter. That's great. Gets thrown out by Vici. I think that was 2 Molotovs, 3 Molotovs, a smoke, everything. Jam Young has to hold tight here on ramps, on his own, I might add. He starts getting charged down by Astralis, but very quickly out, and Orman overpeaks the corner. Kaze goes down there as well. Very nicely recovered, though, by Advent as he cleans up the bomb carrier as well. It's just Magisk and Device now, but Device has an angle and an AUG. And at that kind of range, I mean, the AUG is going to be perfect. So we're into a 2v2. Astralis barely invested anything here. Zoking should get Device, and he will.
This is just 2 quick headshots and this round's over.
If he gets across here, this could be pretty big. Are they going to check? He's definitely heard the player on ladder. That'll be the end of Jam Young, and now it's into a 1v1. Magis could definitely win this round. Zoking does not have a kit in his back pocket. Out through Squeaky goes Magisk. And now Zoking knows that he has to try and win this round off the back of just defusing the bomb. Smoke down now. Magisk charging forward. UMP in hand. And Zoking, I think he's just done it in time. No, he hasn't. And that'll be a round win for Astralis.
Still some kind of positioning, but I think Astralis, the more that they clear out upper, is going to be able to read this more and more. It's going to be the double wrap in through Heaven and Annex. A split into upper is a lot of pressure on Jamyoung.
Good flash through Jamyoung. Completely wide. He had nowhere to go. And Magisk here, going to try and make the entry onto Squeaky. That's actually well executed by Zoking, but inevitably should be traded down. Advent.
Smoke off that Megaton area, and they can potentially get the bomb down here and have a very, very strong post plant. Once you have control of that vent, it's going to be very, very hard for Vici to come and retake this.
Well, it's all on to young Jam. See what he's going to be able to do. It's just been lathered all over Glaive's toast. Orman does get a trade back, but even still the bomb plant goes down for Astralis. That's a nice pickup. Although it's a 1-for-1, Zipex did actually manage to grab one. Does at least give Vici some semblance of hope maybe of making a retake work here. Dealing with that lurker. That said, Device might well just shut things down very quickly, but he doesn't. Into the 2v2. Zoking has been now spotted, and the second player in vent should swing and get the frag. He will. It's Magisk. And Advent on the bomb. Has to defuse. Nothing else he can really do there. Didn't have any utility.
Some pressure over towards the Heaven and ladder base area. Almond spotted them all out, but he's under so much pressure, and he goes down as well.
Just got way too much to do there, and a very nice creep from Device, waiting for the peak of Advent.
That's why the Krieg is so strong. Those are the kind of angles that as a CT you should be able to find yourself something on, but with the SSG, you just get your head banged off straight away.
Zoking's done some good damage, but not aware of the player above him. That was Dupree to get the job done here, and he will. No problems at all.
This time, different wall of smokes from Astralis. They got the ones close to Warehouse as well as the one into Warehouse itself that they're going to use to make their way down Secret, where Kaze is on the angle.
Well, needs to hit that, and he does. Gets the Incendiary down as well, and won't be chased.
This is the best scenario that Vici has been in, especially with Orman in the back of Warehouse here.
Should be tradable here. There's nowhere to go for him now. It's a one-and-done position, really. Gets a little bit of a damage onto Magisk.
There's 3 players in towards lower for Vici, though. They've stacked that area of the map, so with only Advent in the upper bomb site here, if Astralis finds the timing onto him, this could be round over, but the double flank in from Secret.
Device aware of it, though. Zoking doesn't get the kill, and Kaze able to trade at least. But now that turns it back to 2v3. Zipex is having an expedition down toward lower, making a lot of noise on his way. Kaze's gotten himself into control. Whoa. That's a great shot. Kaze now starting to wake up here. I don't know that Zipex is going to have the time to do much. He's been tagged down to 12 as well.
They could just wait out the time, but it's not even going to matter. He's got 12k in the bank, Jordan. He's going to pick himself up an AWP to potentially save, but Jamyoung all and go for some of those quicker plays out towards the door. This time, maybe going to be making their way quickly through Annex and splitting upper, it looks like.
Oh, not a bad entry from Glaive, but Orman, oh, he can't quite get both of them. Just fell off the line at the wrong time, otherwise he probably did get 2. In the end, 2-for-1 actually favours Astralis here. We know how dangerous that can be for Vici. Advent's posted up on the bomb site, gets some good tickles across to a couple of players, and Jamyoung helping out now as well before he gets traded down. But Advent just not connecting any of these shots.
Both of the CTs rotating in towards that upper bomb site though, and Astralis is going to make their way to lower, and with Device locking down the angle to vent, there's only really one place they can be rotating in from. Unless they're going to die.
Well, there's one that's going to die. Kaze with a shotgun AWP does get punished for missing.
Actually hit what they meant to hit, I'm not sure.
It's not outside this time from Astralis, straight inside. They're expecting a weaker buy here, and they run right into Zoking, who sprays both of them down. The SMG's proving to be too powerful. Advent.
And brought up around that.
Yep.
And that's why you had a bit of a weird read from Astralis. It's a very one-sided round for Vici.
The incendiary nade that was popped down. Orman expecting someone to drop through the vent, chases down, but there's no one there. And then Advent does a little bit of sneaking himself and runs into Glaive.
Yeah, and Glaive, he's just, you know, poking and prodding at the door smoke. Meanwhile, all this is happening.
How's Dupree walked out?
I don't know. And Device is even all the way through outers as well.
That's insane. Looks like it's going to be too easy of a round to finish the half off for Astralis. Vici needs something special now to turn this around. Maybe the timing.
10 steps ahead.
Oh, Device is watching, never mind. Yep. There goes Orman, Kaze as well, and on to Jamyoung, as it has been many times before. dupreeh will spot him out and finishes it off. Thrown out there for Vici. Not sure where that actually ended up. I can hear it, but I can't see it.
Well, all the action's happening on ramp, where, you know, some trades have gone back and forth, but Zipnik's still trying to make his way back in towards the ramp area. Lowers. Does get traded out. There's just more Astralis players at every twist and turn, Jordan.
Yep. There goes Orman as well. 12-4, Astralis picking up the pistol. It is if you're Astralis, or if you're an Astralis fan.
I think Astralis are not too excited either, to
No,
be honest.
probably not. I mean, this is a standard day at the office. Device.
I think they get excited when Vici starts killing them. They're
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Now I have to try.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Am I wrong?
Whoa.
How's Glaive gotten across there?
Good flash from old mate Device.
Old mate. Can always count on the old mate. So it's 5v3. Vici have picked the bomb back up.
They've got no meaningful map control. They haven't got ramp. They haven't got secret.
Okay.
They've literally made no inroads into this round, and that was their best chance. Orman coming through Annex there and finding a freebie.
Well, for Advent and Jamyoung, I think it's more of a matter of time than anything else. That's a nice shot from Advent. At least does get dupreeh, but he still has to deal with Magis, who... Oh, actually, didn't get the spray through, but Device with the AWP.
Necessarily agree with that. I think Vici has the best map pool in the Chinese region.
Right.
But past that, it's still not a good map pool internationally. Still not good enough.
Oh, definitely not. Magisk, only a 1-for-1 there. Does get some good damage onto Jamyoung. 6 HP. Device is just going to be flashed off a little bit. Now, this is a bit dangerous. Doesn't seem like they know that Zoking is around here, but certainly giving away his position now. Making a lot of noise. Trying to draw some sort of attention from the Astralis players, but won't get much. Now it's the A-bomb site that is the name of the game. Device here to try and hold it off. If he watches the vent, he might get a free kill here, and he just gets flashed at the wrong time. Can't get more than the one. A good swing from Kaze, but now that's allowed the rotation across from Astralis, and Zipex denies the bomb plant. This might be it. Vici relying on Kaze to win the 1v2, and he can't get Glaive. 16-4 for Astralis, and a very similar scoreline in map 1 as well. Gives them a pretty easy 2-0 today.
Glaive. Ooh, okay, Glaive. Makes an entrance down middle. This will pinch Banana Flash to counter it off. That's thrown by Liaz. That would have presumably been saved for sight, but him with bomb so far down has to use it to retake territory, and Gratisfaction will. 2 kills. Glaive. Device. Bomb re-grabbed. dupreeh giving up the apartment position, and the entrance onto the A side has fallen back inside the boiler stairs. And Gratisfaction, great read. They would have heard him in there.
Hits in this situation, so Zipex now headshot will be taken down. It's a nice clean round there from 100 Thieves. Aggression from Astralis, seeing a lot of teams present that these days.
Brought that to the table first. The double smokes, the Molotovs down the corner, the nades on top of it. So far, not a lot of damage dealt. And 100 Thieves take advantage of it. Haza actually sneaks between smoke. We'll have to rotate out of A because they're both directly below him. There's no one to the arch side, and they've lost Glaive. Now these players are going to leave, thankfully, silent. That because Device pushed down top middle and went into arch, you could see what Jacob was doing. He was looking toward the library. He didn't actually see anyone leave the site. He will now. And with that single kill, they're actually going to go back his direction. I thought that they would wait. They had A. They had a single player there, but they waited for the information that almost didn't come. Just staying alive at this point. Currents of it, which Liquid ended up closing in regulation. Don't quote me on the event. I want to say maybe even... Yeah, maybe even Chicago. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, the point is, don't rule Astralis out just yet, and perhaps indication of why. They've only got 2 rifles. Glaive has one of them. He gets 2 kills. It overextended toward the end of it, but did want to try and secure the bomb. Gets a Molotov on it. That'll buy time for repositioning, and that's exactly what Magisk will do. Half wall hold. They've got to show face to try and grab the bomb, and he sprays down the others. 2 M4s.
Glaive will sit there by the smoke just before it dissipates here, but he needs to be careful. That was a crucial kill. He'll get 1 and actually make it 2 with Liaz taking down Gratisfaction. Zipex should be good for a frag here as well. They don't detect his position. We'll have to jump down into the flames. He'll make good though, and it's going to be a guaranteed round. Almost certainly here. 4 versus 1 for JKS. If he gets the bomb down, that'll be something, but Astralis closed things out there. Making his way around. So, absolutely destroyed there. Glaive has to find at least one kill, gets the dink. Should be able to finish things off here. Time ticking away, but now his teammate Dupree needs at least one frag. There's the delivery, but a 2-on-1 now. Zipex, the clutch master, holding towards the library, will push through the smoke. But I'm not sure he'll be aware of Jacob's position. Nice clean finish there, 6-2.
Just... You'd want to give him the advantage. Maybe he's a little bit too happy with a Krieg in his own hands, overconfident. All holding on to guns they stole from the thieves. Device waiting back through the smoke. Label back away. It's a Molotov down in the corner where he wanted to hold, but now has to play the arch instead. And Jacob knows that he's cleared that side. Will take advantage with the AK to try and get a better angle, to try and get them further. Device, Pillar, good timing. Pops out to get both. In fact,
he might be able to get Device at this point. Nice shots and going for a double hit. Glaive thinks better of it. He knows he needs to survive at this point. Should be able to guarantee things here. No problem at all. Down as Device gets his confidence, looking to open things up, and that's much more like it. The AWP strikes first. Opening picks seem to be landing in the favor of Astralis consistently now. Device, as usual, gets an opening pick on one side of the map, rotates to the other side completely, trying to funnel them in towards his crosshair. Stay dynamic, and Glaive, great shot.
Device wants to take the challenge, this time against AKs. You can see the value a little bit different, perhaps in the situation as well. I'm dramatizing the narrative because obviously caught the man moving. As it goes down, Gratisfaction to follow. Glaive with the kill and the bomb in his possession. The AK does find the head of Glaive as it gets through the smoke. Bomb still waits in front of the arch. Lee as though in a very desperate situation. 1 versus 5. 4 remaining. Device, albeit 16 HP. It's achievable. Dupree found, but if he had gone for the spam, he might have done well, but now he's got to be so careful. Gun shows, finds one, knows now that there's 2 up close, and that's why Glaive is there to cover him off as he runs back. And smartly held, just barely. Device gets out, and the reset's perfect because now Gratisfaction goes into the AWP.
Get as many Kriegs as you possibly can. They've managed to get, as soon as everyone else started kind of copying them and actually using the weapon themselves, they certainly dropped off. So certainly interesting to dissect the weapon and its history, and we'll see it come into full effect in round number 5. Example is ends with the AUG meta.
Yep.
They were a top team when the AUG was first coming online, and they've certainly dropped off as well for maybe other reasons apart from just that, but certainly not the team they once were. This is looking like a very good round for Astralis. They have shut this half down, 9-6 after being 5-0 down. And nice coordination with the gloves as well. Look at that.
It's quite beautiful. Perhaps that's why he did it. Either way, it's effective. Oh, is it ever? Gets Device down middle as well after finding Dupree. Didn't spot the second players inside of the apartments, but does not need to. Advantage to 100 Thieves. Be the second pistol round of the game that they pick up. Keep that in mind as JKS extinguishes the Molotov that lands on top of him. Glaive finally takes one back. Flank attempt onto Jacob. That confirms they are fully and solely inside of the A site. They're still holding on to the pitch, trying to swing back around. Gratisfaction will do the same. Bomb goes down, finds Magist, looks for the second shot towards Zipex as well. Cole in the wall is all he has to work with, and keep in mind, the second player is ages away. Glaive took damage as he continued on the flank to capitalize on the players down middle, and as such had to rotate back through B because he couldn't go head-to-head in duels. He's trying to use the advantage of time and the unknown as Gratisfaction leaves him as the last alive, and they've figured it out. They look toward Library immediately. Round over.
I think even run out of CZ bullets there.
Device creeping slowly forward, not expecting Jacob, and now he has to be careful because so much damage dealt. A second player peeking might have taken down his 29 HP. He'll swap positions, therefore, with Glaive.
Yeah, I'm surprised he got away with that one. I thought they'd be swinging around, but still at 5-4. You would favor Astralis in this round, but 100 Thieves will at least get 2-3 kills. That doesn't look likely now. That
MP9 could certainly be potent. To that of a doorway in the apartments, up close, certainly, but Dupree manages to sneak out, get the trade 1-for-1, and in the meantime,
BP, I suppose, but not really worth it when he's going to have 5,400.
Glaive through smoke. That's going to be the first challenge. Nearly actually caught Gratisfaction. Rotating back in, good counter flash. And on top of that, Lee has a strike as well. Great convergence on top of the quad and arch side. In fact, now Molotovs go out toward Pit, but that's a desperate attempt to try and get Lias to repeat. He won't. Not only that, they've pretty much given up an abandoned position. However, this becomes interesting because Zipex found 1 kill, knew that he wanted to get towards CT, knew they'd rotated early, catches out Azza, and now they can split onto Jacob, who's certainly ready for his arrival, but you'd expect a man as smart. Yeah, Zipex baits him with a shadow, but still loses the duel. Well held by Jacob, and now goes back to find the sole remaining member of Astralis.
So, with Lias and Gratisfaction both towards B. If he somehow highlights it towards A, that's amazing, but Device surely won't have that information. He'll be looking towards a banana position right now. Gets the first. 1 versus 1. Gratisfaction is well cut out for him. He does have the advantage in terms of positioning.
This is interesting because that smoke still being down. Grat's not going to know if he disappeared inside of the ruins or he went back through the site. Luckily, he checks it.
This is it now. Azza has to swing. We knew this was coming, but Azza makes it work. 2 kills for him. That's much better. Gets a dink on towards Glaive as well. That's converted. They needed that desperately. 4 on 2 now. Still possible for Astralis to win this round, but at this point, I'd say just financial damage is the aim of the game.
Jacob swinging back into Orange's 2. Bit of a smoke screen. Just enough vision on the other side of it. Oftentimes, teams have a designated lurker that would take that position, but I've often considered that sometimes you're best to counter off the position you play yourself. That's not exactly the flash they were looking for. Neither is that. Somehow, they still get the kill, as if they were all blown from their own and not from anyone else's. Jacob from the grave takes down Glaive.
100 Thieves will be playing for that, that's for sure. Could close things out right here, right now, on the pick of 100 Thieves. As of the MP9, however, does get a decent position. Should be good for 2 frags here, but still a 3 versus 3. They know he's going to be stuck on the bomb site there with no rifle in hand. Good dink comes through. Jacob does heavy damage towards Mages. Decent flashbang as well. Buys Azza some time. 14 seconds remaining at this point. I think they've done enough. 10 seconds now as Mages does find the all-important frag, and that could be it. It's enough as Astralis close things out. 16-10. They were 5-0 down. They lost both pistols, but they're showing their tenacity.
Lias leads the way in terms of contact, but not in terms of HP. In fact, far below the others. Dinked, gooshed. Down to 23. Azza on 1 damage, but no kills. Going the way of Astralis. Bomb planted. 5 on 5 on Nuke. Not often you see that, especially on the upper side. Dupree knows that they're going to be coming back in from upper. Lias, the man who went down early, still finds 2 kills. And surprisingly, they survive with greater numbers. You would have thought that early damage led to bullets landed.
He gets another.
Chaotic fashion. You're absolutely right. Lias is taking advantage of it. Gratisfaction's on the defuse. 36 HP, but just thinks he's sprayed in. Just barely got back to it in time. That could have been the round, and now the 1 HP has to do it all. Magisk will pull it back.
That's insane. There was, like, for sure, a difficult round for 100 Thieves here. Chance to win it though, but fast pacing from Glaive, looking to get towards the secret steps quickly. Jacob there towards secret to shut that potential down, but Glaive has made his way through. You'll commonly see him here alone. He's the in-game leader. A lot of leaders do prefer to get in this position by themselves and have no input lag on the rotations, but there it is. Nice crossfire from the vents. Az will get the first kill. Second for 100 Thieves as well, but quickly converted. Zipex is doing God's work here towards the upper bomb site. This kill is everything, and it's going to be JK to keep them in the round here, and not for long potentially. It's down to an even kill. 1-on-1, both of them 1 bullet potential.
Becomes a bit difficult. 2 angles on the floor he has to watch. It'll be the further one that he's not looking at. He has to take advantage of. He knows he's there now because of the nade. Oh, he's got this surely. Ace clutch Zipex. He's on it. Did he hear him? Certainly did. Time to perfection. Get the trophies from the majors.
Yeah, that would be a nice touch.
Gratisfaction opens things up onto Device outside as well with the CZ 75, and a stack inside a ramp, could be a problem. Crossfire set, established, and executed. Has in fact going to close out the round. Zipex and Magisk go down. JKS.
Hello.
Absolutely obliterated. Talk about pre-aim timing. I'd love to see Magisk scream because I don't think he had more than a millisecond to make that shot, and he made no mistake on it. Zipex trades out against Jacob, but Azza rightfully back into the site, takes down Dupree, and there's more blue.
Himself way on the bomb side. Luckily, no one towards the ramp room at all, so he's absolutely fine. Down to a 2 versus 1. Actually, in the favor of Astralis, Zipex closing things out. Glaive now, he uses that information. He knows the players towards lower. They've got the man advantage already. They might as well go towards the upper side, but before they can even think about it, Gratisfaction from the window room will actually bring things back. Still a 4-on-3, however. Dupree down to just 12 points of health, but 2 kills in this round.
Zipex to take Gratisfaction. That gives Lias information as to where he is, and Device, Zipex both go down. Bomb dropped inside of the doors. Just about. It's about even with the entrance point, which means it's visible certainly to Lias. Should he swing to check? And he takes down Dupree. Good read, holding from inside of the vent. Glaive knows exactly where he is, but I don't think he's aware that JKS has rotated around behind him and protects his teammate perfect. Deep smoke to cover cross. They're just going to man up about it. Jacob goes out. I thought he was going to catch them because they just started to look toward having good read from Device. His ears keen to the sounds, turned around and find the kill in the MAC-10. Lias does get Glaive, though, in return, and that gives the advantage back to 100 Thieves.
Yeah, really nice shot there from Lias. His precision is overwhelming right now. Not quite enough to keep them in the lead, but he's certainly keeping them the rounds. 4 versus 3, Device down to 42, and JKS will be backed up towards lower by Gratisfaction from the ramp room. 1 minute on the clock. Lower seems to be the aim of the game, but the CTC more than ready. But are they aware of Zipex flank coming in? This is pretty much everything. It's the linchpin of the operation. Zipex finds the first shot. JKS goes down as well. That should be round map. This is just difficult for Undead Thieves now. They get these advantages. They find the shots required.
We still know it's a bit of a tango with Jacob, and it takes 2 to tango, so they're done dancing because Device is gone. There's just one of them left, Henry.
That's it. And at this point, surely Undead Thieves convert this round, but Glaive, he snuck his way towards the upper bomb site, gets one, but that's all he'll find. Liaz, he's been fantastic. That's enough to win them the round. 3 versus 2, but Magisk will do everything he can here. Got the Krieg at this point, but can't find the headshot required.
Molotov, I didn't catch which that was, that went behind. I guess I can look at our lovely minimap, can't I? Behind the big garage. They've cleared off every angle outside, except they haven't done so down below. Gratisfaction, good positioning, catches out Dupree. Gives them the one-man advantage. We've said that a few times this half, though, that 100 Thieves have the advantage. How many times have we seen them actually converted, though?
Well, this is a very important round. They need this one. 8-7 still would be a disappointing half. 9-6 would be a cause for concern, to put it lightly. Device looking to bring things back in their favor. Makes way towards main entrance, but it's a nice defensive hold here from Undead Thieves, not giving any opportunities to the sniper. I spoke too soon. Azza offers himself up towards that hub position. Lia's still there, though. He's been fantastic so far. The AWP hits him. He's down to 3 HP. The wallbang is excellent, converted by Zipex, and now they have the lead. Gratisfaction in towards the vent. Low HP if a grenade comes down there. It's going to absolutely destroy him. He's flirting with death here. I don't know how he's survived for so long, but Device will take care of things with the P250. 3 versus 1 now. Make it 0. 9-6. What a resounding half that is for the Danes. Try to kick things off here as we'll have the second smoke, presumably towards outside as well. So it could be a bit of a ruse here. Maybe send one player towards outside, but the bomb's going to be there as well. So quick pace here. Out they go. Avoiding the shots of the USPs. Not quite for Jacob, though, down to 76 as they hold puts and wait outside.
Well, hold put and wait, but it's interesting that Jack in the Box took that fight and took the early peek as well as the shots to bait some fire out. I think he wanted to convince them that there was more people going down below than they were, because you can see it now. They wrap back into Mini. Good find down to Zipex, because he was the one at ramp you would have expected to be the furthest away, and he was already on the case on the rotation.
Go buried in towards CT spawn.
That's an old round. That's, yeah. Sorry, I can't repeat commentary.
Oh dear. How has he pulled that one off?
That's just ridiculous. The smallest. Was there a gap? I thought there might have been a small gap. Either way, he's timed it to perfection, because I don't think the gap was enough to react.
Oh no.
Device as well with the scout. Glaive's going to poke back in, and Dupree's Deagle does work, though.
Off the ensuing tease towards Secret, JKS, though, biting back, does manage to get his second kill of the round. Still has a decent chance in this one, but now that has been eradicated. Dupree, I don't think he has any idea. Azza has snuck his way through with a flashbang as everything, and it's going to be the kill. 5 on 4 now. Good damage done towards Liaz. Remember, it was Magis that opened things up with a couple of tags here, and they've got a 5 on 3 advantage now. No map control, but 24 kills to Zipex's name, just to note.
Yeah, last game we were saying that no one really outshone the others in terms of individual performance. This time, he certainly has put his foot forward. Perhaps that ace clutch. Okay, so we've got some time. That's actually believable then.
Yeah.
I mean, 1984 is a few years late, but we're getting there. Zipex, 2 kills, Azalias, and a third, not quite. JKS gets that as Magisk steps out, though.
They go for the smoke, and it's Zipex waiting the other side. Gives himself 2.5 kills, and JK will have to win a 4-on-1 clutch here. He has got a minute remaining with the bombs down towards ramp. Shouldn't be many opportunities for him, but
long towards Secret. No one confirmed in his sights, but smoke's down. It's, ooh, okay, Device that was supposed to be ready for that position. He's got to be so careful, because they come both directions. Hits one with a nade and turns to find the other. How's the timing go in his favor? JK at least gets it back slightly, but he now remains as the sole hope for 100 Thieves, and he's got Magisk, Glaive, and Zipex to close this out for Astralis, standing in his way of any possibility of going further. Already spotted, Magisk gets the shot through the door. A man who said the Krieg long ago was the best gun in the game. We thought he wasn't serious at the time. Little do we know, here we are now as Astralis make their way into the arena.
They lost the pick.
He's going to get it instead, and oh, get it, he will, down to 10 HP. They want to pounce on that, but the problem is that Glaive prevents them, or does he, from doing so, because inside a CT spawn, he finds the first kill, but Device gets him back immediately after. Magisk Holds off, though. You got to give him credit. Back inside of the window, 80 HP. He has to be perfect because Dupree's in closet and doesn't have anything to work with. There's no damage-dealing utility. In fact, none at all left now as Olaf goes down. So he's safe from everything but bullets, and he may not even need to fire any. His teammates doing the work for him. Nico gone. Device gives Astralis round number 1. Trouble here. Dupree's going to have to be perfect again with the M4. Unfortunately for him, Majestic's gone. He has to do it all. He might! Zipix! With the assist from Dupree, is able to get it with the MP9. Bomb goes down at the long cave, and Cold's got to flank around.
Ducking and weaving, trying to avoid the headshot here. Zipix still in the open, has got the rifle at this point, but coldzera needs to be precise. He can't find it, and that's a big round for Astralis to pick up.
I say that, but these guys are so damn good and so fast that people do things like that all the time. And yet I'm still amazed at how fast they are. Rain gets taken down inside of the smoke. No one directly in front of him. There is now. Brokey gets hit, so does Cold. In fact, Cold goes down, and Magisk isn't done there. Steps out for more. Olaf finally silences him, and fair play. He finds Dupree as well, but still a 1-on-3, 15 seconds. Bomb down inside of the site.
But the only kills found, Magisk completely destroys them. Once again, Matt, it's the utility. The Glaive's going to absolutely destroy them. This could be happening right now. They're not going to be checking this at all. First one comes in for Glaive. Looking for the double kill, takes down the bomb. Can't find the third, but that should be the round. 45 seconds remaining now. They have to pretty much commit towards A. Both players towards those long doors. Great stuff from Glaive.
That was fantastic, and that's demoralizing if you're FaZe. Sure, they responded fast, but they never expected his presence. It does somehow sit in my mind that this is still possible with the AWP. Cold's going to jump across. He's got a great, but Device, my God! I say they surprise me with their speed. He hits a run boost and closes the round. Oh, my!
Committed just yet. Oh, dear. Not good enough.
You just get wrecked.
It's certainly a confident-based map. If you're feeling like you're not finding your picks and getting completely destroyed all over the place, you're just trying to go around as a pack. You're trying to run these defaults, but it's just not working out at all. This is barely a strategy coming in from FaZe Clan as Dupree helps himself to his 4th kill, looking for the ace, but the double orb setup, it will find... Just bury yourself towards a bomb site here. There are the 2 smokes we talked about, but still CT's firing off shots there. The bomb goes down. It's the org and that B bomb, so we talked about how potent that can be. And once again, it's looking way too easy for Astralis here. 1 kill. That's the first in the game for Nico as he goes 1 and 9.
At least they have some initiative.
What is that for
This is ridiculous that he's that far forward. The amount of damage dealt already, but it is back to a 4 and 4. It's a bit of an overextension given that it was a man advantage, and Device has to be extreme. Oh no, he's gonna go. Oh, he has to be so careful. In this situation, Cold will be gifted another on a platter.
Yeah, a little bit overzealous there. The push from Magus was good, but now we've got Glaive ready and waiting. Both sides here, but Nico, he's in a lot of trouble. He just walks in toward the tunnels. Dupree outpositions him once again. Nothing here at all. He'll just creep up alone towards the A side, and he's punished for it. coldzera bring one back, 30 seconds at 11 HP. The bomb is on his back here. But
Folks there allows him to get away, but if not for the blindness, he was going down. 11 HP, jump shot, that'll do it. They knew he was low. Glaive finds a hat trick. Astralis finds their 10th.
And we know they have. They get a bit of control here. They haven't lost an initial player. I say it too soon. It's all off my stay again. No trade potential.
Even peeks CT and goes, they're not even there. They have to be going toward Gandalf. They have to be working toward Device's AWP. He finds the first. Glaive knows he can walk out. You're right. They've read this lineup. Oh, look at the damage. It's symmetrical. He takes them both down to 13, but both are alive. And alive for only seconds longer. Another bomb plant, but another round for Astralis.
A desperate fake there from Fate. Yeah, they're just committing to it. And all else fails.
Dupree's already back in the door. Oh, everyone's blind, though.
They didn't look at it. They didn't catch him.
They looked at it, but they were blind and didn't see him. And that means the Magisk is going to be overlooked entirely. Had they have spotted him, very different situation. But timings, I don't know what you do.
It's away for free, especially towards long. That was Device, and he'll be taken down here. Finally, an opening pick for FaZe. They normally convert these 5 versus 4, but they just don't have the firepower right now. Zipix certainly does. There's no space.
They've used that. That's the same one they used on Nico. It covers both short and mid, and it lets them do this. Get position, set them up, and knock them down. You can't forget. If you've been around as a CS fan for as long as we have, but you're right. Glaive, easy with a Krieg. I don't understand why Olaf jumps on that. Didn't even give him time to reset for the aim, and Cold at least pulls one back, knows the others towards long, gets the angle. Krieg scoped in. Glaive doesn't have time to run all the way down long and avoid being peeked, but Cold just wants to stick the plant knowing that he's going to be hiding against the wall. That gives him time. Smart read. He's given himself a chance. Did the flash come in before he spotted the player at CT or not? Yes, it did. Because now he's able to know that Dupree is working in behind. He's trying to isolate this down to a one-on-one and 2 one-on-ones, as it would be. But Dupree is brilliant. He makes sure he doesn't overcommit to the peak. If you're back by the tank with that run boost, if you go over the top of the smoke, hang on! Dupree hits 22 and 4 at the end of the first half. Whether it'll be 15-0 or 14-1, still up for debate, given that FaZe is down a man.
There we go.
You might lean towards the former, but they've changed it because Rain gets Device. That opens up Catwalk for them. Only one player left over on the A site that can actually slow them down, but Xyp9x through a smoke is going to creep back up onto the ramp, and Glaive is doing exactly what he needs to. Rain pulls one back. Bomb waits at long. 29 seconds, and Glaive knows there's a chance they can still get to long, so he'll play the box instead, but he has to cover both angles because they just can't see it. Olaf's missed. Glaive's on the ramp, though. He knows he's there, and the problem is that Glaive has no support, so Magisk is locked in. This is their best chance yet. Yes, he dropped the ball! He dropped the ball, Magisk! He turns and catches him! He knew exactly where they were! You know, Yanko's a pretty strong personality. Cold, the same thing. Nico, they've been around enough to know that they can brush this off, but if you don't, you're gonna have a bigger problem in the next map. So at least laughing it off does mean that they can reset potentially for map number 2, which we might have very soon. Not if Rain has anything to say about it. Covering off door cross. Glaive's gonna go one-on-one with him. Device is the one that has the bomb. He's already gotten by, so he can go for the plant. Rain identifies that, but they don't need to peek him anymore. They need to let the bomb do the talking and pull the CTs toward them. In doing so, Nico's gonna head in on the flank, which Glaive is watching. Rain will get Dupree. Nico will get Glaive. Now they've got a chance. Device on 28. The shutout on his shoulders, and he knows that they're coming in. They know both directions, tries to find the headshots, finds one. Now we can just play the time. Not the HP advantage. 2 boxes to get by Nico. And Device does it in a clutch in style, and 16-0 on a stage at an IEM event. Part of a grand slam. Only one option that Astralis can bring to the table. The smoke goes down. They are through the door and inside of the vent. The bomb, however, in Xyp9x's hand, potentially going to be, well, I was going to say Xyp9x that he's fine, but costly because he's late now getting back to it. Glaive's the one up above, excuse me. Nonetheless, Magisk inside of the vents. He gets taken down in the exact second that happened. Dupree found Brokey, and coldzera got Dupree a chance now for the first round in this series for FaZe. They haven't got a kit, but they're on the defuse, and they've got Xyp9x at the door. There should be just enough time. No, they're off it. They're off it. They are off it. Astralis is going to go 17-0 to start this series, even with 3 players left alive. Tag down to 53 Device, but Glaive, good timing on the flank. He's going to follow it up, find Rain as well. Yeah, I know there's no guns. We're still sitting and waiting for FaZe to bring out the weapons, but even still, it's great positioning and awareness from Glaive. Nico will at least pull back onto him. But a bomb plant already, just the man advantage, but they seem content to chase, and they know exactly where the 2 remaining players are.
They might as well, right? They've got these Mac 10s at this point. It's still going to farm money. You wanted to remove absolutely everything, especially the armor from FaZe. Make sure they have to really invest into that next round. Nico hitting some stunning shots here. Going to be a clean start here for Astralis on the team side.
Idea, he's going to sneak out. This is a kill, if not 2. First one's done. Player on ramp can't go for the drop and refrag. He's got to hold his nerve, and that's exactly what Brokey does. But yesterday, he didn't have a lot of pressure on him. In this position today, he will, and he stands up to it. They didn't expect the second man.
Enough. Glaive still waits towards low end. Here comes Device. He goes down. Glaive now, all he can really do is look for headshots, and FaZe need to be very careful. They can't afford to give any more kills away. First round coming in for FaZe. There it is.
Look at Yanko, he's loving it. They're on the board, I think. I'm thinking they're going to get through at this point, but either way, they've got the man advantage. Again, Xyp9x, however, pulls that back. They're in the lower site. Olaf desperate to try and pull one back with the AWP. We'll switch over to the AK. Device from the doors watches the left, and Xyp9x has the hallways behind, but Dupree's going to get the information. They're all there. Oh, this is perfect. They're not going to expect at all that a player is pushing through the windows, but it's the AWP. Device can't afford to go through and miss the shot. It's going to come to a one-on-one. AWP, and Cold's even anticipating that he might be behind that smoke because he's not peeked from anywhere else. Oh, I think he knows. He absolutely knows. Tag in from a pistol. He just wants to keep him off the bomb. Device has to stay alive. There's not enough time. Astralis will get their 4th. It's the first time I've seen anything falter in terms of execution from Astralis. A failed run boost and mistiming the flash, and still they can't take advantage of a team kill, however. So call it a 1-1. An even trade. Hold. Oh, come on. That would have been it. That would have given them ramp and at least pinched in.
How does the tease get up? That out is just perfect calls from Astralis here.
Magisk is, well, okay, that way to ruin the point, man. Was -1 and 3, so only 3 deaths. And yet has 18 points on the scoreboard by planting the bomb so many times. He's back to 0 with that kill on Nico. That's his first in the game.
Oh, they know exactly where he is. They're going to not They're going to certainly hunt this down. There it is. It's a clean sweep this time. No utility to speak of, really. Olofmeister trying to be active once again. That's all it kills. This time it connects. 5 on 4.
Their inside sights, once they're able to hold angles, that shotgun becomes less and less viable. Very slow reaction from Nico. Almost wondering if he was glancing at a radar.
There we go.
He gets one back. Bit of a... And it's Olaf that will go, but he's got an AWP to go against Device, who has the same, and he's already taken him out of the equation.
Oh,
Look at the three go. Magisk, Device, everyone's shutting out.
As they go towards lower Device, this guarantees that shot. Olofmeister can do nothing. He needs to stop buying the orb. It's not working. Get the 5 rifles out. You know?
Walk straight into this. Device, clever, uses the smoke to get closer. But perhaps that Molotov was the better decision. That's why Device wanted it, though. He wanted the fast drop on the op, and Olaf is ready. He can't hit the first. They bait out the shot. He's forced further back, and he knows they're on his heels. He's still going to turn. Can't find it. No scope. Doesn't matter. Device toward Toxic. You heard the door open. No counter peek as of yet from Control, but you're right. Once the angles became overwhelming, they knew where he was. Simple. You might give him a chance. Olaf as well, but I won't fault
the tournament. Upper rush coming through. Decent incendiary. Lots of damage inflicted, but no kills just yet. There it is now. We're off.
That's what they needed, though. That's going to help them close the round, or is it? Because they've already got a kill back in return, and they struggle to follow it up as well. Cold only gets one, and then a flash comes through. Nico, he's got to be swift. He can't find more than one. He had to. Down to Olaf. The damage was there, but not the kill. Olaf nearly caught with a knife in hand.
At this point, but that orb's been saved, 5 times now? And the bomb goes off. Feels like the 2-0. Luckily, Device doesn't connect. That's the first time I think he's missed so far, but 2 kills come out of nowhere. It's a 4 versus 2, and they know Olofmeister's towards outside. Brokey has been the only shining beacon here for FaZe. He has been strong towards ramp, but now they know where Olaf is, they know where Brokey is. Presumably, let's go towards upper and plant, but the bomb is down. Oh, missed shot from Olaf. Like, this isn't working out for him. Goldzera coming in from the ramp. Device up against his MP9. This time it's looking good for FaZe. Can they get this round? It's much needed at this point, but Glaive holding strong once again. 3 on 2 now. No kits available. That's been a real worrying state of affairs for FaZe. Every time they get in a promising position to retake, they just don't have the defuse kits or the utility to even start the defuse here. Mages just unrelenting with this Krieg. Finally goes down. Glaive left in a 2 versus 1, but he knows exactly where Brokey is. If he gets this kill, it's round over.
Good nade, but Glaive's going to actually sit inside of that. The residue nearly caught his aim off, but they knew exactly where it was. Cold, he'll come around and get the trade. You're right, though. It's the kit. He's out. He's gone, and they've got another round. 13-1.
Same approach, sitting in the smoke.
Slightly different, though, because he goes forward of the box, and it's not a wide smoke, so they were already pre-committed to going outside, and Nico actually gets the position. Now you can see how the play is meant to unfold. So Astralis got caught off that time by it. Slight variation, and now Brokey just going to try and hold out the ramp. Good find, drops down. Magisk the last alive, 1 on 5, and he's dropped. That's the most convincing round from FaZe all series. His teammate already dropping down the vents behind him. Glaive will watch the lower guard. Magisk, he from Rafters covers off the main door. That lets Dupree look back towards Squeaky. First shot for him, successful, and they'll shut the door in Brokey's face. Yes, after you, no, after me. After Dupree, Brokey down with a shot to the dome as Nico heal him back, but they continue to fall shy.
I love it. Well, that's the piss around confirmed. They can't even get through the squeaky door. Oh no, not like that.
Maybe he wants to try and redeem them. Glaive's already outside on the stairs, catches off Cold.
Brokey very good with the pistol. Makes his way in. There we go. Nice shot. Still a lot of work to do here, but they have got time to work with. There we go. Dry fire.
The blue plate special. And Olaf's going to pursue with confidence into the next kill, but Glaive has the rifle and is ready. Dupree, the only teammate he has, is standing right behind him, but through the door, he's tagged. Dupree gone, Glaive weakened. He'll go toward the heaven position. How smart, how perfect. Knows that he's done damage. Oh, I thought he was going to miss the pallet when he dropped down. Doesn't even matter. Glaive's just toying with him.
Semi-final has lasted about 35 minutes, but I think we'll see if Dupree can close things out right here, right now. 5 versus 3 looks to be the case. Maybe a little bit too aggressive on Device, but they've got a massive advantage here. And Brokey again with the deagle. He's done well individually, but that's not quite enough.
Device is going to open up his angle outside, play off the small garage. Careful of that shoulder. Chad would say that's a right-eyed peek. He's got no problem with it, but Cold's going to trade out the kill against Sneaky.
Looks like we might be coming to our logical conclusion here. It's the penultimate frag. Here it comes, 16-0. Evolves to 16-2. Brokey is looking for a consolation frag here. Not going to happen. And what a dominating performance that is. One of the world's best. It's Astralis. A statement performance there, man. And at this point, it's all very quiet, but in towards middle we go. Majors to defend from the toolbox.
He's got the angle. He's got support as well. Off to his left side, you've got Zipex. Dupree wants up inside of the window. That gives them 3 players to peek to shut them down. Narrow choke point. JKS has to identify that the window's occupied and try and take the stairs behind them, but Zipex, he's running out of bullets, and Gratisfaction is finding satisfaction in the shot in return. JKS still down below. I'm surprised he didn't try and get up the stairs faster, but he does have the post plant and he can hold the flank, and that's exactly, what was happening? Device, he gets there. Thankfully, the bomb doesn't fall off the ledge and go down to Device's position, because that would have been even more difficult for Gratisfaction to try and work back. He can distract window. Az is going to rotate back through aircon. And Grat gone, but it gets information. They're both peeking from catwalk. One at quad, one towards snacks. Az has already made his reveal, but he needs headshots.
Here, but at this point, time is running very thin there. What a recovery from Astralis. Here we go then. Device, he'll call for rotations at this point. Spots the first player coming in, but the flashbangs are very good. The follow-up shot is even better. There's the first kill for 100 Thieves. Now the bomb's going to go down, and Gratisfaction gets 2.
Huge play from Gratisfaction, because Zipex was still waiting out towards short. He was going to flank everyone, and he manages to catch him off, rotate around, and now they've got weapons to work with, just Dupree remaining. And he is locked out. Bomb ticks away, and Dupree starts to pray. He's got one on Azza, and Liaz needs to be careful. So does Gratisfaction, for that matter. But they're chasing. Everyone's going to go after him. Low HP for Dupree. 1-1. Good response. So CT certainly taking advantage of short more. Glave's got to be very careful. That's Smoke. A misstep, and he's off the map, but he's on the board. 2 to find. Gratisfaction and Azza go down. They try and work back up through the inside of scaffolding, knowing that he's wrapped around behind it. But he's comfortable to retrieve position by going all the way around sandbags and back inside of the site. Liaz and JKS, just to note, still down below, have Jacob ahead with Bomb. They've got to get toward him, otherwise, exactly that. Bomb is lost.
That was so clean from Glaive there. You can see there's a nice set piece from the CTs there, knowing they didn't have the fuse kits or the sniper rifles, getting aggressive at the start. Liaz will pull one back, go for the wallbang attempt as well. A little bit of damage there towards Glaive, but he's already found 3 kills. 4 versus 2 now, but that shot looks like it's possible for Liaz. Both team members now trying to make their way towards A still. Minute on the clock, bomb needs to be recovered, and it's in a pretty precarious position here. JKS will be working with Liaz. And it's getting a bit scrappy now for Astralis. They're still quite combative towards the A side, and they don't really have to be.
Zipex peeking again, good timing. Bit of a risk if you get caught out by it, but Glaive knows that Liaz is rounding the corner, not enough time to do much else.
Hug in the corner, Device needs a bit more active though. Can't let them check this position, he's going one better than that. Does get 1 kill, I think they're going to overlook his position here. Lovely stuff from Glaive, he wants to get out of there ideally, but going for full control, 4 versus 2. Through the window, Dupree is ready for that. Don't forget Magiska's also there. How could we forget? We never got to find out in the first place. Now, he can actually be part of that situation as Vegas will extinguish the flames, and now he has to be challenged, but down he goes. The window shot from Dupree doesn't connect. I don't really think Magiska had any chance there. No. Molotov nade stack, he has to extinguish it. Did very well to do that quickly and not take too much damage from the flames. And then you can get the gun ready. It's not going to work out for now, but that shot will. Dupree, he lands the shot. It's going to go to a 4 versus 3 now, a chance. As he still holds strong, the flashbang successful. Though baits out a shot, gives him access. Device drops down, and the bomb will have to be planted here. Azza scrambles towards the site. He's got cover from the smoke, and now the retake begins. 2 AWPs, 1 thrown away, of course, and still more boosts. Just above the smoke, okay. Similar position, however. Device just using the jump to see if he can spot anyone inside of the smoke. Liaz outside on Cats, off angle to watch Bomb, but more so over top of the try box when they arrive. Could get a lineup, a little bit slow, find the headshot. Now they know exactly where he is. 3 players to bait him out. He's got the first. Time still ticking. Device has the kit. He's in the fight. They're going to try and use sniper deck instead. Dupree, he caught out Liaz. Now we can look back. He knows they've already gone up the ramp. There's no one else to challenge. What a hold from Astralis. And we will tie the game at 5. And it's actually quite a good little strategy. Yeah. Well, speaking of which, we have got an A finish here. Oh, Dupree going to be caught out. Surely he does nail the shot. Can he close things out with a 5-7? Not quite. This is looking good now. 100 Thieves. Flashbangs that are very effective. Glaive, he's been fantastic so far in Vertigo, but he's going to have to go above and beyond at this stage. 3 fires towards a jump spot. JKS going down, and Azza, he's low HP, but it doesn't matter. Gratisfaction will seal the deal there. A victory with the CZs. Yeah. Catastrophe for the 2 pistols. Double peek. First pistol, first success. Zipex finds it from on top of this site. Dupree
He's missed a few on B. That's been an opportunity, and they've got to capitalize on it yet again. But watch window. There's a flank going the other way. Glaive spotted. JKS turned around just in time as Dupree still waits. Gun barrel to bait him out, and JKS finally peeks when the flames land at his feet. That will put him in, well, now, a 1-on-2. I thought maybe he could get the bomb and get away, but not around quad in time.
Good flash.
Great flash. Liaz has been trying to hold this pillar position forever, and the flash means he can't peek. When he does, they're so close, yet still, he cannot find the kills. He gets one. That's good enough for Jacob. To get back into it, Xyp9x has bailed, abandoned, and tried to run Device. He hears them going that direction. Look at them go. Just pursuit.
Oh, he's hiding in the corner. They could run past him here. They're not going to check this corner. Oh, they are! Okay, that's big. Had they overlooked that, Xyp9x could have got all
that would have been his
there.
biggest, like, that would have been one of the best plays he's ever done, and he's done a number of smart plays.
I like that for Thizo, knowing that the ace would be vulnerable at that point.
You know what? That was something, I just want to go back.
Just a Deagle P250 looking to make their way towards A, but JKS aggressive towards the A ramp. You'll see a lot of this from Thieves. And then in Renegades, we saw them really challenge towards the A ramp each and every time. This time with the SMGs and FAMASs, they're going to have full control. The smoke's down. They've got the opening pick. A lot of damage inflicted. Jacob gets one through the smoke. That's Device going down. I don't think we'll be seeing any plants just yet. JKS looking to farm some cash now. He's got all the space he needs. The flashbang's very effective, and so are the shots.
Jacob to find the shot on a Glaive. Won't get it immediately on the first attempt, but the spray lands in the end, and that gives Device Dupree, though, a bit too much time to get up close and personal. Gratisfaction has to snap back out. He gets Dupree down, but just edge of the smoke. Small gap. That's going to fade out soon, so Azzo's going to have vision, but he doesn't have range on the MP9. No, but Xyp9x is still getting close. Where did Device get that shot from?
Through the smoke.
Sandbag. Absolutely right. He's caught out getting too clever, though, as Liaz manages to spray him down in the one-on-one. I thought if he came through, it'd be a little too great. He doesn't even get that far. I think this is becoming common. You're seeing a bit of action on B, like you say, and then trying to make the CTs consider it. You go back to where you have the options, but JKS shuts that down immediately. Already up towards scaffolding and rotates back into the site. Smoke down, boost for the op. No, he's going to actually stay on the ground. This is going to be a close quarter shot when they arrive. And makes no mistake on it. Takes down Magist. Smoke will hold the other two at bay, but flash off. He needs to keep his head down. He needs support from Jacob, who's going on to the self boost, and it's back the other way again. This is actually kind of clever because Device now has held B site, and in just by the situation working the way it has, in the rotations, he's going to hold this, and they don't know he's here. Pillar to hold at the jump spot at Kangaroo. He'll take down the Australians. Only one. Liaz. The first gets traded out by Jacob. Bomb not denied.
No.
That's a problem because Dupree still has a chance. Look at the HP.
I can't believe that.
And stare down the well.
Yeah, how do you even get him out of this spot? Flashbangs is not really available. Xyp9x, that's a bit clumsy. He's got the bomb there. Down he goes first, and how do they recover at this point? JKS looks very confident. Doesn't land that shot, though. That's important.
Oh, big kill from Device, because that was meant to be a set trade. They'll still manage it because JKS recovers and finds another, but that could have been very sloppy. That actually could have turned the round completely in favor of Astralis. Bomb still sits on the ramp, though, and JKM is very much watching it.
He's got 17. Jacob's had a great showing as well. 19 kills for him.
That used to exist on those bags. Nice gap there. Oh,
there we go.
I thought he had the headshot. The Krieg scoped in on that sliver position. That would have been brilliant. It was enough to let them overwhelm Jacob, but here comes JKS back with the AWP. Back into the hole in the wall. Short for the long gun. Magist will at least catch off Azza, and this is actually a decent play because that forces Gratisfaction to have to work back through lobby. Now we're going to see a flank onto A, and this hasn't even happened. This position hasn't been utilized at all for the T's all game, and now is the first time we might see it come to fruition.
Yeah, but 100 Thieves seem ready for it, though. But just waiting for the ideal time here, and he finds it. That's great. And JKS, once again, will have to be close range to the AWP. He's nailed shots here before, but this time Dupree with the pre-fire takes him down. Bit of an assist there with Glaive on the flash. 3 versus 1. Liaz can't even think about going for this one. The bomb's going to be planted. He knows he might as well save the Krieg. It's very powerful on the CT side. Now make their way through.
Fantastic shot to follow up by JKS. Glaive. Hang on, though. I was going to say is in a terrible position, but it turns out it actually isn't so bad because they didn't know he was there. Unfortunately, he couldn't turn fast enough to find Gratisfaction before he was around the corner. And meanwhile, though, Dupree, well, his body will go all the way down, but he at least got one before suffering that fate. And that gives Magist a slightly better chance, and now a 1-on-2, still with 100 HP to note.
Yeah, but only 20 seconds. That's the main problem here. And the bomb's in a very precarious spot. Gratisfaction should be able to tie things up here. Nothing too flashy required. And surely it will take... Oh, no. Okay.
Run it. Oh,
Incendiary down to slow down the pace. Flashbangs on either side. JKS once again nails that first shot.
100 Thieves showing why they picked Vertigo. Maybe the curveball, that's what they needed. It's a big risk to pick this map. Best of 5, you go down 1-0 on your map choice against Astralis. That's been flawless. But maybe it is exactly what they needed to get that momentum, to steal one away and make sure that Astralis don't get running like they did against FaZe. They're running in this round, at least, Device, Glaive. Opening kills, and as a result, they no longer have that control of the ramp. JKS is found on the site. Glaive's not done there. He pushes through, and another toward the lobby as Lias has to back away.
That's insane from Glaive. The confidence he has there with 2 HP as well. That was... And there we have it.
JKS certainly playing that ledge, is going to check it the second time, knowing that the smokes were deep. And he gets the shot. Gratisfaction was tagged to 45. That smoke gone, and they nearly got caught out doubly so as Xyp9x came around the corner with a Krieg in hand. There's a Krieg, though, for Grat, and he gets back to Sandbags. Fair play on the peak from the top, and Azza sees at 75.
This is everything.
This is confirmed. Astralis is definitely one step ahead in this situation. Lias was stuck in middle, just as we've talked about. The T's were stuck and segregated from B. He had to go the long way around. Still, though, he finds the kill on a Glaive. Magisk, he turns and responds, 43 HP. Azza's got the advantage. Smoke in a kit, taps it the first time. That's going to pull Magisk out. Azza now knows exactly where he is. No smoke into place yet. He wants to take the fight instead. He will, but time is gone, and Astralis will still pick up 14. Potential to get map point now. Jacob getting through. JKS the chance to push in, but they've lost the Krieg. He was only good for one. Device. He found the other.
Oh no!
Lias, though, has turned it. He's got 2 on a USP, and now he has a Krieg of his own. They're trying to run the bomb to B. He's going to catch them off. What a tournament he's having. It could be a 14-14 game as Device goes all the way back through spawn to grab and recover. Potentially hurt his step because he's looked there, spots him. Grat now tries to run back, but Device gets him. Now he's got the round potentially in his hands, within his grasp. No armor for Lias. To the sniper's nest, but they're not touching the bomb yet. There's only 7 seconds on that Molotov. Device can still re-peek this. Lias knows it, but Device this time needs the lineup. He missed it last time, he missed it this time as well. Both times 100 Thieves will get defuses inside smoke. The rest of the game combined. Lias, good hold, though, catches one to quad. That's information that he can relay to Jacob, but Jacob's smoked off. Cat's completely blinded, and he can't see anything as Lias goes down. Jacob has no chance to respond. He's still going to slide in late, though, and perhaps he's overlooked because of how quiet he was.
What a shot.
He's not now. Loud and proud as he takes down Dupree. Glaive will fall off the angle.
No kits right now, Matt. At 3 versus 3, it's pretty even, actually. Jacob's on the bomb.
They're going to boot. Oh, I thought they were going to boost in the backside, but the smoke down, there's a gap.
We can see everything.
Glaive looks in. Jacob hasn't crossed it yet. He's not going to get to either. Magisk takes advantage of the gap. JK has to respond on a 1. Gratisfaction to hold it. Off needs to hit. Another defuse. No, he's off. Glaive got him that time. Glaive's going to close it out. And Astralis gets map point first. Gratisfaction above. No chance. Through the nade. He was spotted. Jacob down to the same man as Xyp9x gets 2. And Device already pushing forward. Here's the rotation coming in. Just 1 left. Lias is gone. Astralis survived the curveball of Vertigo. This is already a ramp. 3 players there. In fact, the stack, they've got to be quick about it, though, because they're already inside of the door. So the man doing the boosting was spotted, but not the man that was boosted. JKS, they thought with 2 players there, there surely wouldn't be a third. It was just a crossfire. But the high angle pays off for a moment. It subsides because Magisk gets the trade back. Bomb still inside of lobby. He'll go back to grab it. As Glaive comes out through Squeaky and battles toward the rafters. He takes down Lias. Took a bit of time. Jacob's rotated down, though, knowing that they've gone through the vents. And the Molotov to try and prohibit them from getting onto the ramp. Jacob, the last alive, 14 HP. It's been a back and forth round.
Yeah.
Question about that, but it's also a flank from Glaive.
Well, there we have it. In hand, he can hear them coming. He's got a guaranteed kill on Magus. That's taking him down, no problem.
He's around the corner. Oh, he's not. I thought he just got away from it. But you're right, he's gone. Lias now backs away to control room and is fully aware that they are marching in his direction. 9 seconds. All he really has to do is get 1 kill. He gets both. They're on both sides. A good find onto control room. Backed away at the exact second Dupree came in. Perhaps misread what he'd heard, and he was a little bit closer than he expected. That gives Dupree control of the stairs with a smoke at the door open inwardly. Keep that in mind, because this is the reason. You can sit behind it. It actually becomes a bit of a cheeky position in which he has cover, but cover that is extremely spammable, and that is exactly what Lias does, leaving Magisk to hold the bomb. First one. Inevitable success from a great position on Catwalk, but together they go crossfire. They stand as far apart as possible and peek together.
Very careful here. Flashbang comes through, he goes strike. Doesn't get anything. There were so many players there, couldn't decide on which target he was going for. Gets nothing for it.
I think he thought he actually already killed Device, that he'd done enough damage and he was snapping too soon. He wanted to get a double, he was so eager. JKS, good positioning, they'll catch off one, nearly caught by Magisk. They'll re-peek each other, but it's the Krieg that wins the duel. Surprise, surprise. And Bobby, Zipix will catch out as nearly got a second as well through the open door, but instead he runs all the way outside just to stay alive, cause complication.
And two players survive once again. They'll still have money on the CT side, but they're so slow and methodical. They're just going to go straight in towards the upper side, knowing they probably caused rotations already just by their presence towards lower in the previous rounds.
No one even willing to re-peek back through the smoke. They just back off and concede the fact that they run Stampede in. That's
perfect.
Impressive. What a call.
Yeah, like you've hit the fear of God on them, right? You've gone towards lower every single round. You've been so slow. You've been using the outside smokes. Then it's an upper rush. And they've already adapted. They've already gone towards lower at the start. They're boosting their defenses outside. It's such a perfect play here from Astralis. Again, do you even go for this? Not a single kill picked up, and the round looks like it's done. That's when you know you've called the perfect strategy. Bomb goes down, and they don't even attempt to retake here. They're trying to lock the T's in with Dupree. Great position. He's going to get 2 kills in, no problem. Oh, my God. Were they even going for this, Matt? Like,
that was...
Azza seems to be aware of it, but they're not in great positions. JKS with the AUG, making it work. 2 kills, and they actually have a solid grasp of the round here. Device, though, knows the AUG. And Lias apparently is in position. Still has a fighting chance there, I suppose, in the 3 versus 1, but doesn't really have the HP all the time. Just looking to cause financial damage here if he can.
Device, good, easy find, but JKS was perfectly positioned to trade that immediately.
Vex makes his way towards Decon, trying to get that vision. Glaive, I feel like he's going to go down any second. JKS been in one hell of a shift here so far. Oh, doesn't quite get the timing, and now Glaive knows he's got a decent spot to take him down. Back to a 2-on-2. Decent grenade as well. Molotov towards the ramp. This is where it all comes crumbling down for the 100 Thieves. Just JKM remaining. Oh, it's so well played from Astralis. Big smile on Dupree's face. He knows that's a big round for them to pick up on Nuke as they continue to look ruthless. Down towards the vents they go. Sure, they take damage, but this has been such a difficult position for 100 Thieves to retake. Luckily, Azza will get one through the smoke. That's Glaive, the danger man, but so quick. Dupree, he'll take control of lower. Bomb will be planted, and how do you do this now? You've got one defuse kit, but you have got decent utility on the CT side.
2 players that are already pretty quick to get to Secret, and I don't think they expected Jacob to be there as fast as he was. He walked. He was already at the corner holding the stairs. That gave him the jump, and he is a clever read. He's at CT spawn.
Yeah, that's the problem,
Catch out Astralis outside. It is a problem both ways, though, because if he gets that single kill, the 2 players downstairs now know that they're so far removed. They've got time and space, but not with Magisk coming back through the rabbit out of the vents. As the Magic Man finds a double, it's going to be Lias trumming back around to try and get at least Device, but he is done, and so is the half. Zonic loves it 4.
Get the initial headshot. Well, now he does.
Certainly does, but watch out because the timing. Okay, to find it, that was Device. We thought that was Glaive. Device comes to his aid. I was going to say, the time it took Glaive to find that kill allowed them to wrap through the garage, but Device, apparently fully aware, got positioned to shut that down. Dupree will shut down the round, and it is now 12. Through it. He's flirting. Oh, he's been tagged. The fact that the nade hit him, they know he's there, but yet the MP9 does that much damage, plus the pistol. He gets down to 9, he's going to get caught. Magisk dodges the flash, but they're still going to be in position for which he can capitalize. And it's actually the high HP of JKS that gets his head torn off, leaving Lias downstairs with 9, 2-on-2. All right, I think Astralis is in a pretty good position for that exact reason. Headshot either way, and Dupree closes out on Azza.
What a shot from Magis there.
Jacob. Couple of good shots to find Device. So one of the 2 Kriegs leveling out the score at 4-4. Glaive's still very close, though, and he's going to swing around. He's got to just be careful above him. Ooh, and the boost over. Clever enough, and yet he's still timed it well enough to catch one off before going down. That's going to bring Magisk out, but he's fallen as well. And that gun, being so far forward, has been picked up. 100 Thieves might save themselves around here and not concede map point in doing so.
Oh, Dupree. He's in a prime position there to find 2 kills. A low HP player is the one that finds him, though. Zipex.
He doubted himself, given that so much time had gone by. 11 seconds. If he comes up now, oh, he's spotted, but he knows there's no time for them to plant. They've gotten him behind the silos. They're safe.
They're both there, Matt. Flash is decent. They'll swing off this together. 1 versus 1 now. Jacob, 1 bullet will take him down. Zipex has such a firm lead in this one. He knows exactly where Jacob is. Just trying to let him play himself at this point. Taps himself in the corner, spots him, and it's another clean clutch from Zipex. He mistimes the positioning a little bit there, but still, he holds his nerve.
Eagle will watch outside. Zipex down below as well. Double smoke, but it's ramp that is going to have the pressure. Zipex has already actually rotated out. As I mentioned, he was watching through locker window, so he has to go back to that position. 2 kills. Krieg backs off, 44 HP still to work with. Has to concede the ramp room, however, but that rotation is covered off in the fact that Glaive is already swinging back over from Secret and is in position. Baited out of the shot, however, but at least in position to do damage onto Azza.
Yeah, he's still confident. Makes his way towards lower. 5 versus 3. Azza 16 HP. They'll have to commit towards low at this point. Molotov towards the window room. Great positioning for Glaive. Bomb goes down. That should be it at this stage. Looking to finish things off in style. Glaive going for 3 kills. Zipex already opened things up. 5 versus 1. That's going to be it. As they look for Azza here, he'll get a consolation frag, but unfortunately for him, that's going to be it. What a dominating performance that is from Astralis. Didn't really break a sweat there at all, Matt.
And 1 map away now from the IEM Beijing Haidan Championship. Unbelievable.
No range on those Glocks, so they have to keep the pace very quick here. As towards lower ramp, Zipex will spot the first.
Wow, nearly got
That's the bomb as well.
Azza's got to retreat from the site, which means they can't get the bomb plant down because he's held off. But now his teammates are doing the rest of the work. They've entered from upper. Zipex somehow still held the position on the sidewalk. Bomb went all the way back around. It's just the time that he just wants to come around the corner, and Gratisfaction gets him clean. Zipex needs an ace to win this round, and he can't find Azza. That was the low HP player. That was his...
We've got 4 rifles on the T side, make it 3, as Jacob's removed very quickly by Device. Oh, damn. What's going on here, Matt?
That's almost unacceptable at this point. Dupree Deagle, we know he's capable with it. Unable this time, however, to find a kill. Device has to reset inside of the A site. 2 kills that early, and Gratisfaction and Leas are both tagged as well. These scouts can do so much damage. In fact, Zipex has got Gratisfaction with a second shot. We didn't quite catch because we were still locked onto Majiskin. He might still be locked onto Azza's location as he comes back in through with the AK-47. Slow it down. The shot's just not landing. They're rushing it. They're panicking. And now it's a Krieg for Leas. Thankfully, he has the bomb to smoke down. That'll give him the time to plant at the very least. 2 scouts on the retake. They've got 3 kills in this round with them. Need barely tickles Zipex. And it's just that gets the headshot. That's incredible.
I think in they go towards the Spalzo. Glaive position. The flames are down and locks them out. They have to run through a grey screen now. He's taking them down 1 by 1. The remaining players towards that lower ramp. But JKS will pull a couple back here. But it's a 3 versus 1. And it's going to go in favor of Astralis here. As they make their way down towards lower, they know an orb's here. They can't even really flash it off. And will be the 2nd kill for Device, and Zipex looking to deny the plant once again. This round is all tied up. It's whether they can cause any damage here at all. Azza will get 1. Bomb, though, in a pretty compromised position. Device should close things out, which he does. Towards the main entrance as well. This is just so brutal. Dupree can swing around at this point, looking for 2 kills. He'll absolutely land it, and it's going to be Device to get the clean sweep. The post-plant situation going on. Instead, our stars actually have a chance to thrive here. This is better. Let's just group up together and lose the first pick. There's still a chance. Some space found here, but not for long. The bomb goes down in a very difficult position as the kills, they'll come in thick and fast here. Azza will bring back 1, needs another though, and Zipex.
That's exactly what they would see. Great camera angle, nothing. It would just be gray, and as such, they've realized it, they've identified it. They're gonna head back over to the B site. 2 ops to cover the cross, trying to get the bomb plants, and I think they will.
Nope.
A little bold from Device, and you're right.
Device has been close range pretty much every single time, and low HP for Gratisfaction. They'll have the Krieg at this point, and down he goes. Another opening advantage here for the Danes. Grat is on 2 and 9 as Glaive swings around and punishes them. He's in contention for MVP of this tournament, that's for sure. Another stunning round for him. 5 on 2. These are not even just getting going, but that's more like it. Jacob does find a double kill, make it a triple. He does survive. A chance here now as he gets yet another. It's actually JKS still the round away, so a round that looked like it was impossible for them to pick up. They actually make it work here, but down to 1 versus 1, and it's going to be Zipex who can't close things out. Finally, some fortune lands in the favor of the 100 Thieves. Yeah, looks good.
Give it to him in the game they're having. Good timing to get through the smoke when they were both still lined up for the pre. Zipex thinks about reoccupying the same territory. Giving it up, that's the interesting thing. They got the first kill with the totem drop, but now they give it up, they do it again, and it works twice. Fair play. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. Now we're seeing them control the game a bit.
Yeah, that's much more like it. They need to convert this round, though. Which explains which they'll do and make their way through.
Device with the first shot, though, is going to shut down the take toward the site. Bomb's going to get to default now, and he has to fall off the tanker because the pistols do enough damage to thwart his position. He doesn't want to give that up easily. Flash, he knows they're going to be in the lane. Checks it, but Aza's not showing. Instead, though, he found Liaz. It's going to be a flank, though. Double op on the retake. Glaive has to do this with the M4. He's got 100 HP in a kit, as well as his smoke. Device is the only one not with a kit, just to note, but yeah, they're not even looking at this. Jacob's got his attention there slightly, but the flash is going to be too good, too great, too powerful. Astralis will take it back. To make sure they can't get back over to the B site. The rest can be passive on A and let them walk in to the angles they hold, and that's exactly what Zipex does to find Liaz. However, Jacob, the hero of the only second round that 100 Thieves won, manages to get a kill that allows a bomb plant. Dupree knows that now it is on A. He'll go for the flank, but Jacob trades that as well. One-on-one with Device. Still on the AWP, just to note. 3 kills again. It's another 4-kill situation for Jacob, who I believe, oh, he's going to get it too. He's going to find it. He's going to sneak around on Device, who now has 11 kills, 8 of which come from rounds they've won.
Stranded towards the outside bomb train. Back he comes. Allows Glaive to get in position, though. Getting closer and closer. They have to finish towards outside at this point. Oh, the timing's good. Glaive, though, using the distraction. Oh, it's perfect. Now he just needs to try and stay alive here. The Glil, it did a lot of work in the round, but it wasn't quite enough to close things out there. It's going to be 10-3.
Glaive trying to do damage, but Liaz is in a great position to capitalize on that. Even when he tries to, Glaive knows he's there, nades him out, forces him toward his own gun. It's a bayonet play. But it comes at a price, because Gratisfaction is able to find a shot in return, not accounting for Dupree, who walks out from hell. And it's now a 4-on-1, as Jacob's the only one left. He's gotten 4 kills before, but not this time. 12-3, Astralis lead on map 3. They're just 4 rounds away from a championship here in Beijing. Essentially, they were given the information they wanted to achieve, which was pushing the CTs back. Meanwhile, Glaive will lead the way down Pop Dog. Jacob still watches out toward A main. That's where Dupree exists. And he's got more problems than that, because Dupree isn't the only thing that's going to be sneaking in toward him. There was 3 players walking out from Pop Dog. Dupree at range, Glock, not really its strong suit, but it's good enough to keep them at bay. And Liaz has to back away as Magist comes through. Bomb will be planted by Device. It's falling apart very quickly for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, you're dead on, Matt, but the bomb's still not planted here, and maybe not going to happen at all. It's actually a 2 versus 3 now. Glaive on just 1 point of help. He's got the P250, but no. Liaz gets closer and closer. That should be his opportunity to strike here. Oh my goodness, he hasn't found the shot! Oh, Gratisfaction, you're left in a nightmare position. 2 versus 1, they know exactly where he is. He's only got 10 points of help as well. How did Dupree make that work, Matt? That's absolutely ridiculous.
He who lands shots will win. It became such an evident situation when the 2 kills came back and the bomb that should have gone down didn't, that it looked like 100 Thieves had done enough. Gratisfaction somehow gets away. I said he who hits shots, no one seems to want to now, until Glaive finds the headshots, and it's now 3 to go for the Danes. He's gonna go on reconnaissance. His teammates will join in. JKS swings back behind the train, dropped already. Glaive, AK up close, and now he goes above. He'll watch at distance towards Z. A little bit too quick on the spam rather than tapping, and that allowed Zaz at the time. On a scout. Remember, we saw scouts do an incredible job in round 2 of this game from Astralis' perspective, but he is the last alive. Astralis now on 14. I think it's just a matter of course at this point. Still trying to find the man missing in the smoke. Gratisfaction is he, and Device.
Fast outside play, just the nade at the very start, and it, oh my god, we've seen that nade so many times in recent days. It's going to be the opening pick by virtue of the utility. Could be the second with the Krieg here as well. JK's down to 13 HP. The P250 will close things out here. This could be the end of 100 Thieves. And Astralis with a flawless run here in Beijing. Haven't dropped a single map so far. This is looking to be the final round here. Jacob trying to save the day. He's done it in a few rounds now, but only gets the single frag.
Magist takes down Liaz. Just Gratisfaction remaining.
Good luck, my friend.
It'll be the first notch for the Intel Grand Slam. At an Intel event, Astralis will take it again. It gives them 9 more to find 4 and an instant invite to Katowice next year.
A lot of speculation about the form of Astralis as of late. They couldn't perform in Copenhagen. People thought they might be dropping off.
As far as I'm concerned, that's a masterpiece. Not a single map lost. Astralis, the first time in China! IEM Beijing, it's all theirs!